The destruction of man has left Ana with a whole new direction. Let's see if she can find her new reason for living. Ana grew accustomed to this new way of living, but she still missed the old. Her kind now populated the earth, and no one had to hide or be conscious of their unnatural behaviors. She met many good friends who shared her interests. Ana tried many new things. She wanted to feel relevant in this new world. Rene told her many times just to enjoy herself. There was no sense in wanting a project all the time, but Ana wasn't built that way. She felt a drive to accomplish things and a need to help others. Tori and Nick supplied their every need. There were always fresh blood bottles and every new device one could imagine. Tori loved to shower Rene and Ana with gifts. She wanted their lives to be comfortable and easy. Rene knew they couldn't stay in Richmond forever. Ana needed more. She needed something to do. So Rene decided that they would go home to the mountain if Ana wanted to go. They would see what remained of their old lives and start to build a new one. "Good morning, Angel Face," Rene said. "Good morning," Ana answered. "Hey, I was thinking about something. How do you feel about going home? I understand if you don't want to, but we could just go and have a look-see. What do you think?" Rene asked, pouring Ana a cup of coffee. "When can we go? Do you think there is anybody there?" Ana asked excitedly. "I don't know, but there will be 2 when we get there," Rene said. "Sounds good to me," said Ana. Ana almost felt a sense of relief at the thought of home. She couldn't wait to go. Nick and Tori had gone to a council meeting in New York for a few days, so Rene called them to let them know their plans. The adoptive parents would miss their baby birds, but wanted them to spread their wings and enjoy all the world had to offer. They told them many times that Richmond would always be their home. They encouraged them to come back any time they wanted to come, day or night. Rene really did feel like a child when she spoke to them, but something was comforting in it too. The groups that chose to be family in this new world were tight. Their bonds were unbreakable. It was rare that actual blood relatives remained together. Rene and Ana counted themselves blessed to share the gift of forever. The 2 packed the most vital of their acquired Richmond possessions and loaded them into a bright yellow low Hummer. Ana would have never chosen such a vehicle in her old life. It was expensive to buy and costly to keep fueled up, but now it didn't cost a thing. The council maintained the roadways and kept the fueling stations open at all times. It was a given that these things were just there. Ana never wanted to take it for granted, though. She knew how quickly the world could change. She had seen it already. Ana learned all she could about anything she could, but gas refining was well beyond her level of interest. She would just hope. Others stayed motivated enough to keep her tank full. The drive back to the mountain was enjoyable. There was little traffic on the roadways nowadays. It was beautiful to see the terrain change from city to rural as they traveled. Ana could smell the difference in the air. The immortals went to great pains to keep the comforts of humankind available, but Ana noticed the small things they had let fall to the wayside. Grass grew wildly in the medians, and tree branches hung over the roadways. Humans would have seen great danger in these things, but the immortals had no fear of them. Ana watched out the car window and saw several immortals traveling or working on different projects along the way. Immortals used the fueling stations just as they were always used. Travelers refueled their vehicles and themselves. Immortals stopped for bottled blood or human snacks. There were even snacks made for immortal consumption. Ana often laughed at the names given to these new products. Items that resembled human chips had names like barbecue chips or sour cream and onion, chips. They baked the essence of man into the chip. It was ingenious, really. Ana would have never thought of it, that was for sure. There was no currency in this new world. Everything ran on the honor system. There was never a need to hoard items, as they were always well-stocked and accessible. Ana wouldn't mind traveling and helping replenish supplies sometimes to contribute to the process. That would be something she could do to feel helpful. She made a mental note of that. She was amazed by how much preparation had gone into every aspect of daily life. The last hour or so of the trip was exciting, and Ana could hardly wait to be home. "I was thinking," Ana said. "Oh no," Rene said, smiling. "Very funny. I thought we could clean up around here and get it livable again. Maybe fix up some of the more touristy places, and people might want to come here to visit again, Ana said. In the end, the mountains had become a destination for retirees and tourists for some time. Great numbers came from miles around to see the leaves changing in the fall. They gathered for great conventions of local music. Bluegrass was the music of choice in this region, even though Ana didn't care for it much. Others called it a violin, but it was a fiddle. In the mountains, people played better than those classically trained. People in this area did what they called playing by ear. They needed no graph-lined paper with notes written on it. They played from the depths of their soul. Ana was sure some immortals still played the old-time bluegrass music. She would see whom she could find to revitalize this important local history. I think people would come. It is so beautiful here, and a lot might have missed it. You might be onto something, Ms. Anafana, Rene said. She always had a way of coming up with some unique, slightly irritating variation of Ana's name. Ana always smiled and showed the respect her mother had earned, even though she wanted to roll her eyes in irritation. It really is beautiful. There aren't any big attractions close by, so you're right. A lot might have missed it, Ana said. There is the attraction, Rene said, holding her hand up to the windshield. She pointed to the mountain. Totally agree. We will brainstorm this and figure it out. It will be a fun project for us, Ana said. It will take time and hard work, but all we have is time, right? Rene asked. Ana leaned back and enjoyed the rest of the trip. She felt surprisingly whole again. Even if it was the mountain, something to save was still something to save. As the house came into view, Ana felt a warm, pleasant familiarity wash over her. Even though Richmond had been their home for a very long time, this was home. The feeling was like a warm hug or being wrapped in a cozy blanket on a cold day. A certain sense of safety and belonging came from nowhere else on earth other than returning to the place you were raised. Ana and Rene walked into their home as if returning from a week's vacation. They threw their purses on the counter and plopped into their usual spots on the couch. The house smelled musty and maybe a little damp. Many years of dust had accumulated on every surface of the home. First things first, we have to clean this place up, Rene said, slapping the couch cushion and watching the dust fog the entire space. Ew, yes, gross, Ana said. Rene went around the house and opened every window and door. Electricity was on in every dwelling with a switch box, so the ceiling fans spun at full blast. It blew all the stagnant air out of the house. It made it seem better almost instantly. Rene walked into the kitchen to find Ana staring at the stainless steel refrigerator. She wrinkled her nose and stuck her tongue out. I can't even imagine what's in there, Ana said, pointing to a container of nasty smells. How about we push it onto the porch, throw open the doors, and run? Let it air out a while before we tackle the cleaning, Rene suggested. Still doesn't sound fun, but what choice do we have? Ana said. Rene and Ana slid the fridge out onto the back porch with no problem. The two picked it up by the corners and set it into the yard. On the count of 3, open and run, Rene said. She grabbed the fridge side and Ana grabbed the freezer side. Rene yelled, 3! Then the two opened it and ran just as they had planned. Apparently, the years had killed the bacteria that caused the rancid smells they expected to find. However, it still needed to be cleaned thoroughly. The next vital thing was the bathrooms. That was a quick process. Bleach, scrub, and rinse was the strategy to get them all spick and span. Rene and Ana decided to go to the nearest pickup for supplies soon. That was one tricky thing: supply and food. Stores were spaced far apart from one another. Human food wasn't a necessity, so it was considered a luxury. Rene would have a 2-hour trip to the closest pickup, which was what they called these locations. One could find anything they could possibly want. They just had to go a little way to find them. If you needed something that wasn't in stock, all one had to do was ask for it. They guaranteed it in 30 days. Everything was in season somewhere in the world. Just as Ana longed for her old life in the DSS, so did the everyday immortal. Those who enjoyed buying and selling goods still enjoyed it. They enjoyed making people happy with new things to try. They enjoyed being able to fulfill someone's desire, even if it was for a wine they hadn't tasted in a while. An immortal would simply mesmerize humans in the old world to gain entrance into elite places or obtain rare things. This was much easier, and Ana felt better about it. Ana always felt like she was just stealing when she took whatever she wanted. She was just stealing. Ana liked being free much better. Humans worked hard for what they had. Who were they to just take it from them? Rene had explained that taking it by asking was better than what some did to acquire what they wanted. That went for both humans and immortals alike. Ana was a grown woman at the time of her change, but she always wanted to go to Disney World. She thought how much better it would be, since there would be no long lines and crazy prices to pay for the experience. She loved the parks, and she was glad other immortals did as well. They kept the dream alive for everyone. The beloved characters remained forever beautiful in their uniquely designed kingdoms. Immortals continued to do the things they enjoyed in their previous lives. Great movies and music were not lost to the loss of the human race. The immortals carried on the arts. After all, they were once humans too. Ana did miss the children, but it was an evil that couldn't be avoided. Ana and Rene planned a trip to their local farm to check out the setup there. Ana didn't enjoy going as much as Rene did, but she would go every so often that her mother wouldn't worry about her lack of fresh food. Ana woke early the following day and started making plans for her day. Rene was going to the pickup, so Ana had time just to mess. Shorts, a t-shirt, and running shoes were the attire for the day. She thought a run would help her focus on the schedule she needed to make. As Ana jogged casually through the neighborhood, she stopped here and there to clear debris from her path. Basic cleanup was the first order of business. The only sounds were birds chirping, and Ana could hear a dog barking somewhere in the distance. This was such a peaceful place. She turned and made her way back home. She saw a truck sitting in the yard of the house next door. She decided that would be a great work truck. Ana was surprised to find the keys still in the ignition. The truck hadn't been sitting very long because even though the motor protested, it began to come alive. Rumble, 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 the truck growled, but then the steady hum of the engine replaced its coughing sounds. She was pleased to find almost half a tank of fuel as well. This day was starting great so far. She let the truck sit and idle while she snooped into the shed beside the house. She found a rake and a pair of shears. She popped into the neighbor's garage and found another rake, a hoe, and a shovel. A floral pair of gardening gloves would be an excellent addition to her wardrobe. The gloves were not necessary, but they would keep her hands clean and dry. She had a great collection of working gear. She had never really done yard work before, as her mother always hired the little Kearns boy to do her gardening. Ana saw a practically brand new zero-turn mower sitting in an open garage. She thought that, through trial and error, she could figure out how to operate it. That proved harder than she anticipated, but eventually, she mastered how to stop and go. Ana is finding her way in this new life. Let's see how it goes. Until next time, bye for now.